Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Infinite Minigolf from Zen Studios. Zen Studios made Zen Pinball 2, they are currently working on Pinball FX3 I believe. And they also made this in the meantime. This is a mini-golf game, obviously, that started in early access on Steam, but it just got released for all the major consoles and all that jazz. So I managed to get a hold of some code for it, thank you to Zen Studios, and we'll just go and have a little bit of a look around. Not that much to see, you can check the replays and the leaderboards on the particular holes, because the holes don't go by par in this game, they go by score, which is a little odd. We'll see why when we get into it. The audio levels in this game are really weird. Now, it's going to be kind of hard to explain until we actually get into the game, but it feels like there's a lot of sound effects missing where there really should be some. Even after I turned the sound all the way up, the music all the way down, it sounded a bit bare and empty, like they'd forgotten to put a bunch of the sound effects in. So for the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to turn the music a fair bit down, and you're not going to be able to hear any sound effects, and that's kind of the problem. It usually starts out up here, so you know, you can barely hear anything, any sound effect at all, let alone the few sound effects that are actually there. But, well, I just want to demonstrate how weird this is. And the controls are a bit weird too, also they're in the wrong sensitivities. What the hell? I keep setting these down to as low as humanly possible and it just doesn't stick, and I don't know why. But honestly, there's no point in changing these, and we'll get into why that is shortly. The store out here isn't really that interesting. It's just, you play the game, and if we hit plus here, you level up. But you've also got these 3 missions up here that will refresh every time you complete them, and they'll give you gold for each one of them. And once you've done that, you'll get a little bit of extra gold, and you can also earn gold through the game's tournaments and stuff like that. And if we were to purchase one here, we get the cards, and the cards are basically just, hey, you get 8 shoe points, you get 8 pants points, you get 8 shirt points. And you can use those points to buy, if we hit X on the main menu, you can use those points to buy all sorts of different kinds of accessories. So if I wanted to buy this for 5 cards, I can buy it for 5 cards, and there you go. I can also hit the left stick, and it'll just do a random selection of all the stuff I own. So you'd still have to go through and buy everything, but that's not really that big of an issue, all things considered. There are a fair few equipable items. The problem is, the game's level system determines which one of these you can access. And I mean, look at this. You have to be level 19 to get nearly half the bloody unlockable shoes. That's really weird. Level 13 to get most of the belts. Just some weird choices here. I don't even know what... Oh yeah, these are all level 20, but I've got 27 bloody cards for the things, and I can't buy anything. Can also buy different clubs. This is obviously a Minecraft style club. That's actually kind of neat. And get different golf balls as well. Might as well have a like tennis ball. Why the hell not? And I believe this is where you can come to save people's clothing get-ups. I'm not entirely sure how that works, honestly. You can right-click to check the inbox, but I haven't found anything here yet. And if you press A to go to the online match... Yeah, I'm not going to claim to know what's going on here. I didn't know anything about the online play not working, but apparently it doesn't. Okay, let's not waste too much more time. We'll just go and hop into a tournament real quick, a solo tournament. The game comes with 3 themes, and we'll be going through all 3 of them, just for the purpose of demonstration, and I am not... Well, I might as well play on normal, why the hell not? So the game's got 4 different difficulties for your tournaments, and you start with casual the first tournament, you have to get casual on every other tournament, then you unlock the normal difficulty, then you unlock the hard difficulty, or at least I imagine that's how it works. If I haven't got the hard difficulty by now, why should I not assume that it doesn't work the same way? It's kind of annoying actually, because playing these courses 4 times, like playing 4 of these courses, gets kind of on the nerves to begin with, and... Seriously? Alright, let's try that again. I haven't seen that happen yet. What the hell was that about? Okay, let's just load this up. Thankfully, the loading times aren't that bad. I mean, you've got this big initial loading time here, but once the game actually gets into the theme itself, the next holes will load pretty much immediately. So it doesn't, you'll get like 15-20 minutes out of a single load time like this, which is nice. So here we are. It gives you a little bit of a whole overview. You can see the theme, you can see what all the different things are doing, and I gotta admit, I really like the themes in this game. They've done a really good job with all the modeling, the texturing, and just the general character of all of it. It all looks great. And the game, as far as I can tell, seems to run at a pretty strong clip. No noticeable performance drops or anything, which is nice. So it really does... Are you fucking serious? It really does help the... It really does help the game's overall styling to be this well done. So I just went through all that really quickly, but I can explain how this all works while trying to play. There's a reason why I'm having so much trouble. But, yeah, I've never been able to get up this, and I don't know why. You'd think for the second hole of the second course it wouldn't be so hard to get the bloody power right, but you would be wrong, Donatello. So, this is obviously a mini-golf game, and the controls are very simple. You aim with the left stick, and you... What the hell is going on here? Oh, let me guess. I'm going to have to play that now, aren't I? Yep, it's going to try and make me play that. Unbelievable. I haven't even... The game's not that good to begin with, but these are some problems I've never bloody seen. You'd think that they just put you like OB or something, but no, now I have to just hope that my ball can get the hell out of this hole. Because if I, you know what, screw it, restarting the hole. They do penalize you for this, make it so that your tournament doesn't count and you don't get any rewards for it. But seriously, fuck this game. This is starting to get really weird. I played this for about 2 hours before this, and nothing like this came up. So, to have the game bug out and just act really weirdly in ways like this is very unusual. Seriously, what the hell is going on? So, as I was saying, the controls are very simple. You've got the left stick to move left and right. You've got the right stick to apply a certain amount of power. And applying the certain amount of power in this game is very hard, i.e. almost impossible, because the amount of power the game decides to assign to your swing feels entirely random. When you pull back the stick, it seems to be a 50-50 chance of whether or not it'll go up really slowly or whether it'll go up really, really fast. At first I thought, oh, I'm just pulling the stick back a bit too much and I need to just, I need to be slightly more careful with my movements. But after a lot of experimentation, after an absolute ton of experimentation, I was like, no, this doesn't sound right at all. This will feel right at all. Of course it doesn't sound right, it's not a bloody thing. And I tried it on the Joy-Cons and on the Pro Controller. So, something's gone wrong with the controls here, and I don't know what it is, but finding the right amount of power in this is entirely inconsistent. It's just almost pointless trying to get this as dead on as you could hope for it to be. And that is the most annoying thing about this game. Because in a game of mini golf, not being able to actually control how much power you're putting in the ball, I mean, of course that's the worst bloody thing in a mini golf game. So, why in God's name did they not manage to get that right? This is Zen Studios we're talking about. They didn't make the absolute best feeling pinball game, you know, Zen Pinball. I mean, Pinball Arcade does beat it out 9 times out of 10, but they still made a pretty good feeling pinball game. So I don't know how they managed to screw it up this bad. It just doesn't feel right at all, and it makes the game very hard to play. And remember what I said earlier about playing around with the stick sensitivities? That does not help. As a matter of fact, I don't think it does anything. I'm not entirely sure what the stick sensitivity is meant to do, but I didn't feel a damn difference when I put it all the way up at first, thinking, oh no, it just needs to be more sensitive. It did absolutely nothing. I'm like, oh, I'll just put it all the way down. No, did absolutely nothing. So the game feels like a the game just feels completely random most of the time. Especially when you're trying to do really small putts. Because you'll swear on your god, whichever god you believe in, that's quite a hellish score right there. You'll swear, no matter what god you believe in, you just did a minor tap, but it sent your ball flying halfway across the course. And that just happens constantly. Like, that will happen once every few holes, and there'll be nothing you can do about it. Just end of story, right? So I might as well talk about the rest of the gameplay mechanics, because, I mean, I did just say the game is pretty much unplayable, so I might as well talk about everything else. So, the rest of the game's mechanics are very simple. You have these courses here, and obviously they can have all these weird little environmental obstacles because it's bloody Minigolf. Of course it can, right? There are, of course, other obstacles and stuff that you need to deal with. So, you know, you've got cars and stuff, and loop-de-loops and all that, and boost pads on the ground. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm not going to make it over there, because despite putting the game in slow motion, it doesn't actually continue your speed on properly, so yeah, that's the weird thing about that power-up. It doesn't actually keep your speed going properly, so you end up just being really slow and everything. It's very odd. But yeah, you got all these obstacles to avoid. Some of them are affected by physics, some of them aren't, and you'll find different ones on different stages. You'll also have those gems lying around, and these also contribute to your score. You can see your score down there. And the more of these gems you get, the more point bonuses you get for things like ricochets and stuff like that, you'll get more score. And as you can see here at the end of this tournament, which only took like 5 minutes of in-game time, you can see that the game will give you a bunch of... The game gives you score, and if you get a hole in one, it'll multiply the score on your next hole by 2. So that can be kind of useful for, you know, for if you're a really good player and you can get holes in ones a lot. Because a lot of the holes in this game are designed around holes in ones because they don't have a typical par system. And I didn't realize how much I missed the... Excuse me. I didn't realize how much I missed the typical par system until it was actually gone, because it doesn't really make you feel like you're in any sort of rush or danger to hit the balls into the holes, especially when you're playing on the casual difficulty. You saw how the AI did on the medium difficulty there, and they were still getting thoroughly trounced by me. Well, it was even worse on the casual difficulty, as you'll be able to see here, simply because the game is just too easy on casual. And the fact that you have to play through casual in order to unlock the... Oh dear. And the fact that you have to play through casual to unlock the higher difficulties is just even worse, because it just seems entirely unnecessary. God damn it. It just seems entirely unnecessary to have the game be so easy because, well, I mean, even with the shots being as screwed up as they are, I'm still getting scores that would win me every single bloody time in the medium difficulty. I can understand having it there for, like, kids and stuff like that, but why would you bother... Why would you bother locking off the other difficulties from point 1? I don't really know. You do have environmental things as well, like this guy up here. If I just hit it into this, or girl, I should say, sorry. You can do things like that. You can get holes in ones via that way. Also, these after hole images things going on here are really kind of annoying, I gotta say. I mean, they've only got like 1 or 2, and they seem to go on... They seem to be just annoying enough to really be a hamper, and I just end up hammering the A button as soon as I can, just because of that. But yeah, there are other things you can get as well. Like there are power-ups you can get on specific holes. Things that'll make you basically anti-gravity, things that'll give you a speed boost, things that'll let you remote control your ball, things that'll make you heavier, things that'll make you stick to the ground, yada 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 yada. It's all pretty basic stuff. And it just, none of it's that entertaining, I must say. It just feels kind of dull. And it just... God damn it. I swear, I pulled the stick all the way back there, and it only did like 1/3 of my power. See, I did it that time and I held it. Yeah, I don't even know. I really don't. It's weird. That bitch. That absolute bitch. Oh, God, look at that. You know what? Now's about time to quit the tournaments because I do have to show off the rest of the game's features. But yeah. It's not pleasant. So, if we head over to... If we head back to Giant Home, I can go to the course browser. And now, the main feature this game means to advertise itself on is the ability to edit and upload and share courses around the world. And of course, you would hope that by the time by the time you would get around to playing this game, that you would end up... I just realized someone's actually gone and played my course. But you would hope by the time you get around to playing the online stuff, that other people would have just played around with it. You can make custom 9-hole courses. So these are some of the courses that I've made, that people have made. This is mine, and someone's actually gotten the world record on it, which is pretty neat. I even got a like from someone. That's kind of an appropriate name though, isn't it? But yeah. Notably, you can see all the different courses load into here. Unfortunately, you can't change the camera while you're in this view. But as you can see, some people have made a bunch of different courses. However, most of them are crap. Some of them are alright, but it just seems like Buck Bumble 2, really. It just seems like none of these people have made any effort, and this wouldn't be so bad if the game was like, oh, we'll just pick out the best holes and only have you play them, because the game doesn't do that. And, well, this is where we have to back off to the main menu again. I'm going to go to Santa's Factory and play a couple of quick play holes. When you go into quick play, the game pulls random courses off the internet and makes you play those. There is a slight benefit to this. If you get to a specific point above, if you get above a specific score on the scoreboard, they will give you... Wow, where the hell is the hole supposed to be in this one? Hang on, I'm just going to have to look around at this one. Oh, it's off to the left. But yeah, if you go over there, it just sends you right back? I don't know, this guy's hole makes no sense. But anyway, as I was saying, it makes you play just random online holes. Which it's just annoying as hell, because half the holes in this game aren't very well designed at all, so you just end up playing some really crappy holes over and over again. They didn't even have the mind to slip in a bunch of random holes from the actual in-game tournaments, for whatever reason. And you might end up in the situation that, like the hole that I made, I'll have to show off the hole that I made after a couple more holes of this, just so you can see what the theme looks like, but yeah. Just send that down there. I don't even know where the hole is. There's the hole. You see one is going to keep looping around, and speed boost. Yep, we pass through there, get the magnet, pull it into the hole, get the gem, and that's pretty easy actually.
Yeah.
So playing quick play, just until they find some way to filter out the highest rated. As you can see, I just get extra little clothing credits for this. Yeah, we'll go back to the main menu now. It just seems really annoying, because, I mean, until they find a way to make it so that only the really high quality holes show up in quick play, there's no point in playing quick play. There really isn't. It's a bit odd. What else is there? There's the editor. You can play this local play with, I believe, up to 4 people, but you can't use individual Joy-Cons. You have to use the 2 Joy-Cons together. However, you can play multiple people on the one controller, so it's not the worst thing in the world. No, I didn't mean to go into the editor on Santa's Factory. I should have gone into it with my thing. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can make a simple course just on the fly here anyway. Why not? So we'll just take a really quick look at the editor before we go. The editor itself isn't actually that bad, so I don't really have that much against it. So you've got a few things you can do. You can put down individual course pieces, which are pretty much exactly what you expect them to be. You can raise and lower their level. You can put down objects as well. So hit the X button, it'll swap me to object mode, and you can put down all your individual objects here. You can flip them around. You can change their height. You can do all sorts of little things. It's a very basic editor, but it's a very basic game, so it's not like it doesn't need much more than this. You can even put little obstacles and stuff in the middle. Here's all the power-ups. There's your remote control power-up, your magnet power-up, your speed boost. That's a spring. That's your anti-gravity. That's your weight. I don't even know what that one does. That's your glue, and I don't even know what this one does, but I believe the game calls it the shockwave power-up, so we'll give that a shot, shall we? These are just the usual set of obstacles that you can plant in the usual stuff. I can actually make a little cube here, tiny little cube. Back it up, go back to B, go A for the new piece of the course. Put it up on the dead end there. You can... There's not really that much else you can do, really. It's a very basic editor, so let's just finish this. Whoops. Let's just finish this track, this level off, shall we? Get the hole. Put the hole there. And if we hit the start button, we can change our options again, or we can share and clear the stage. And by clear, it means delete the stage, so... Alright, I'll just put myself here, angle myself like this. Get the shockwave. Blast the shockwave. That's exactly what I thought it would do. Just knocks everything out of the way. Very basic stuff. And the course is now validated. Notably, when I actually tested my when I tested my other thing, I didn't get a score above 10,000 points. So to see someone got 14k on it was a little bit of a surprise. But so can I actually load up? Yeah, I'll just load it up in my editor. Might as well. Hopefully I'll still be able to load it in my editor, but... Hey, come on, load up, please. That logo reminds me of The Sims. Now if I hit pause... Load... my hole. See? That's what my hole looks like. Oh, the world record is 12,000. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense, but yeah. Yeah, as you can see, I made a tiny little hole just earlier on. Might as well test it just for the purpose of demonstration. Put it here. Wait for that to rise up. Get the magnet going, immediately fuck it up. Yep, that sounds exactly like me, doesn't it? There we go. The theme isn't bad, and the customization's alright, and the fact that you're able to edit and share holes basically immediately makes it really neat, but the fact that the game's controls just don't work properly for some specific reason that I just could not figure out within my 2 hours of playing this, the online multiplayer just not working for whatever bloody reason, and the game's tendency to select really bad holes to play in the quick play mode, it just makes this game really, really hard to recommend. A lot of this could be fixed with a decent amount of patches too, which is a bit of a shame because while that might be an acceptable reason before they put it out to the public, this game was on Steam Early Access for a few months, so unless this is all problems that are localized to the Switch version here, I don't know why they didn't notice this basically immediately. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend Infinite Minigolf. Also, that crash I had, that was the first one I had. I don't know why it acted up there, but it acted up there, so there you go. Also, more themes. More themes would be good. Add more themes. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.